You're watching an amazing podcast from an amazing podcast company.
Welcome, everybody. Johnny Ciccatelli, Jimmy Naples, Steel Valley Syndicate, coming to you live from Cut and Toast in Struthers, Ohio. You know, we're here doing a live mob talk, and we got a little drinks, got a little cigars. So, thank you so much to Cut and Toast, our sponsor, and our other sponsor, Pro Team Auto Sales, down on South Avenue in Youngstown. Check those guys out. How you doing, Jim?
I'm doing great today. Man, I'm excited. We got a great group of people here today. You know, we're talking some shop, talking a little mob. We got some big news, right, this week. So we launched the Steel Valley Syndicate website, right? So, guys, make sure you go check it out now. Steel Valley Syndicate website is up. You can get your gear. We got, I believe it's like 32 different items that you can choose from. We got hoodies, hats, sweatshirts. We got posters. We got blankets. We got everything. So if you want to check that out, all you have to do is go to the Youngstown Mob page, look for the big Steel Valley Syndicate logo, click on that, and it'll take you right into the shop. And, man, they make some great Christmas gifts.
Oh, man, there's some really cool stuff. My favorite so far, Jim, Jim's wife designed all these things. They're so good. Shout out to Brandy Naples. My favorite so far is the Traficant for President shirt. I thought it was really well done. The hat, I'm a big hat guy. The hoodies, I'm going to be getting a lot of those. So, Christmas, stocking stuffers, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I'll tell you what my favorite was the blanket, man. Did you see the blanket? Beautiful charcoal blanket with the Steel Valley Syndicate logo on there, man. It's fly. So make sure you guys check that stuff out. And yeah, big shout out to my wife, Brandy Naples. She's a stay-at-home mom. This is what she does to help out the cause. So we want to give a big shout out to her and thank her for everything that she does.
We're giving out Jim Traficant paintings to our subscribers on our YouTube channel. So right now, let's do that, Jim. Let's give away, a subscriber.
Okay.
Get the jar out. I'll pull out a name.
All right. We got the jar here. We're gonna pull out a name. Go ahead, Johnny. Pull.
All right. So we promised, first of all, when we got up to 600, we would give out one. So this is for our number 600, and we'll give out 700. We just passed 700. Yeah. So we're gonna give out one to one of our group here that showed up locally. Let's see. All right. Christopher Lavelle. All right, Christopher Lavelle. If you're watching on our YouTube channel, you just got yourself a Jim Traficant painting. We've got all kinds of, original Jim Traficant artwork. So reach out to us, Christopher Lavelle. Send us an email on the email below. He's done all kinds, guys. We got a bunch of these Traficant paintings. They were originally made while Jim was in prison, so they're authentic. Some of them are signed. Check them out. But Christopher Lavelle, send us an email down below at steelvalleysyndicate@gmail.com. So the email is right below the screen here. steelvalleysyndicate@gmail.com. Christopher Lavelle, if you're watching, you're a subscriber, please email us so we can get you this authentic painting.
And we want to give you a congratulations on winning one of these fantastic paintings. Jim Traficant, Youngstown hero. So this is a great thing for us. We're giving away stuff. So make sure you go to the YouTube channel, subscribe. That's youtube.com/amazing podcast company. Check it out. Subscribe. You'll get all the great podcasts that we have. You'll get Youngstown Mob Talk Weekly. You'll get our new show, The Vegas Player, featuring Jimmy Molador. You got to check that out. And coming soon, Johnny, what do we got coming soon? Tell them the big news.
The Vice Squad. Oh, we can't wait, guys. Rick Perillo, Vince Guerreri, Jimmy Naples, myself. We've been working on a show that explores the organized crime history from the 1920s up, from Youngstown, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, all that. Can't wait.
Oh, man, it's going to be exciting, And we also got the Pittsburgh mob group out there. We can't forget about the Paisans over in the Berg, right? So if you're a member of the Youngstown Mob group, but you're not in the Pittsburgh one, make sure you join the Pittsburgh mob group because we're going to have some clothes coming for their city, too. The Berg got to represent.
Yeah.
Representing.
So we're here live again. Again, a big thanks to our sponsors, Pro Team Auto Sales, Cut and Toast, a premium cigar shop here in Struthers, Ohio. We're actually coming to you live right now from the Cigar Club. You can hear behind us all the members. They're all enjoying their cigars. They're enjoying their bourbon, homemade wine. Some of our guys here brought some homemade wine. It's been a really fun event. Coming up, guys, we've got a live show. This is pretty exclusive here, booked for you guys. Warren, Ohio, the Robbins Theater, Mob Talk, Youngstown Mob. We're going to do a big 2-hour event. It's going to be phenomenal. That's February 9th. Tickets will go on sale soon.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see you guys. We hope everybody shows up. We got some surprise guests. We're going to have, several guests. We're going to talk about all kinds of different things. The Jungle Inn. We might get Frankie Suzanne, one of our stars from the Crooked City podcast.
Yep.
Burglar turned businessman.
Exactly.
We love you, Frankie. And, it's going to be a great show, guys. Can't wait. A surprise guest. Can't give that away. But you got to come February 9th, the Robbins Theater. We'll have more information as tickets go on sale, but we hope to see everybody there.
And we're going to have a sweet VIP package. There's only going to be, 36 VIP seats available, right? Man, you guys got to get those VIP tickets when those tickets go on sale. You are not going to want to miss this show. And by supporting us, that just allows us to do bigger and better things. So thank you, everybody, for all your support. We really appreciate it.
So real quick, guys, now, we promised we talk some gambling. So let's talk a little bit right now, Jim. Youngstown, the mob's big money maker in Youngstown was always the gambling. There's prostitution, there's other rackets, but the gambling was number one. Am I right?
Oh, absolutely. And to be honest with you, everybody thinks when you hear gambling, everybody first thought goes to what? Sports, horse racing, that type of gambling. But let's be honest, the real money was in the number, the bug. That's where they made their money. I mean, we've talked about this numerous times. How many times have we seen reports from FBI and news sources and things like that where they say, this bug house was pulling down $50,000 a week. This one was pulling, $20,000 a week. You imagine if you got 6, 7, 8 bug houses spread across the county and you're pulling in 20 to 50 grand in those houses a week, that money adds up real quick.
A lot of people think it was just the Italians. The bug was not originally just the Italians. There was 4 big gambling houses. The Greeks actually ran the biggest one. It was called the Big House. The Greeks ran the biggest operation. The Italians ran the South Side House. The Croatians had one. A couple Irish guys had one. It really became the Italians' operations by the end of the 40s. Most of those big bug houses were cracked down by the Eddie Allen, Mayor Henderson administration. But after that, when the big bug houses stopped or got cracked down on, that's kind of when Sandy Naples and Vince De Niro emerged in the 1950s as the big numbers operators.
Absolutely. Those two, for those that don't know, were actually partners at one time. And they basically ran Youngstown when it came to gambling in the 50s. Those two guys were at the forefront of gambling operations here in the valley. And for the most part, things ran kind of smooth up until we get to the beginning of the 60s, right? And we started earning that Bomb Town nickname. What was it? 81 bombings, really in the 50s, but it really didn't cultivate and hit its peak until we get to the bombing of Billy Naples in 62, and then right following that, the bombing of Cadillac Charlie, right? Those are the two really big things if you look at it, what separated the 50s from the 60s and 70s, right?
And one of the big theories from the FBI for a long time was that those bombings were related to this mysterious gambling game called Barboot. Now, for anybody who doesn't know, Barboot was a Turkish dice game that was co-opted by the Greeks. So early Mahoning Valley history, Barboot was brought here by some Greeks. Eventually, the Italians and the mob took it over. Now, Barboot was a very fast-paced dice game where the house took a big cut. So no matter what, no matter who won, the house won. But it was one player would play against another player, and the house got their cut no matter what. It was very high stakes, very fast pace. Lots of people lost a lot of money, got busted playing Barboot.
Well, yeah, we've talked to people. We even had a conversation with our good friend Ken Hedera, who owns the Sunrise Inn. Shout out to Ken in the Robbins Theater for putting us on up there, in February. But, we were having a conversation with him, where he's heard stories where people, they'd lose their house in a weekend, and then they'd go win it back the next weekend. Crazy stuff like that.
We did on the Crooked City podcast, you'll hear Emil Denzio talk about how he lost a lot of money playing Barboot. This guy would go out, he would burglarize some banks, and then he would go out and lose. I think he said he lost about $1 million total playing Barboot.
Well, in that type of game too, and those of you who aren't familiar, we'll dig deeper into this in one of our next episodes. But Barboot, it's such a fast-paced, high-stakes game that the stakes just climb really quick. And if you're a person that likes to gamble and likes that thrill of the chase and those type of things, you're going to tend to lose some money in that.
Another big gambling operation for the mob has always been sports betting. Sports betting is huge. Even up to the 2000s, you would see arrests in the paper from sports betting operations here in Youngstown. So that's gone on. And look, who runs sports betting now? It's all legalized, and the state gets their cut, just like the lottery. Of course, the government,
Right.
becomes the new house.
Yeah. Well, what's funny, Johnny? It's funny you bring that up, sports gambling. I can remember as a kid, I'd go to my uncle's house. Now, mind you, this uncle had no affiliation with the mob whatsoever, right? And so on the weekends, I'd go over there, and he'd babysit.
This wasn't on the Naples side.
No, this was on the DePillo side, but this was an uncle. He was actually Hungarian, and he was married to my aunt. And so I'd go over there, and every weekend he'd have a steam sheet for me. Remember the steam sheets?
Oh, yeah.
You play 10 for 200, right? For every dollar you bet, and if you hit 10 for 10, you won 200. Man, as a kid, I played those all the time. I was playing those things at like 6, 7 years old. He'd bring me a steam sheet home. Here, go ahead and pick a couple. I'll give you $5 and I'll put it in for you, and you win, it's yours, type deal. But I remember playing those as a kid. Now that I look back on it, I was probably playing in one of my uncle's games, and didn't even know it.
That's funny. Well, again, guys, gambling was kind of the lifeline for the mob for a long, long time. And this is a gambling town. We come from a town of immigrants. People from the old countries, they like to gamble, they like to play games. So, eventually, like we said, the government takes it all over. But, Youngstown's still a gambling town, I think. Yeah, for the longest time, before they brought Hollywood Casino here, everybody from Youngstown would go across the state line to West Virginia, play at Mountaineer.
But you remember the pushback? We kept trying to get a casino here, we can't have a casino, the mob will take it over, That's what they were always worried about. They probably would have if they were still, in the heyday. They would have taken it over, right? Without a doubt. But, nowadays, it's a harmless vice. At least that's what the government considers it. They didn't consider it back then, but now they do. But, and now you could just, you turn this thing on and you can go to any app, FanDuel, DraftKings, name 15 other ones, and you can place a bet within a matter of seconds, right?
So, all right, guys, we're going to wrap it up here. But before we do, we're smoking some cigars here. This is Youngstown Mob with cigars. So Mob Talk with cigars. Before we get out of here, let's bring in one of our gracious hosts, tell you about some of these cigars.
All right, so we're here at Cut and Toast. Tell us, what attracted you to having us here? And what do you think made this night special? Well,
the cigars go with the mob. I don't care what picture you're looking at. Those guys got a cigar in their mouth. It kind of goes hand in hand. And then you guys are the talk of the town. I mean, from Crooked City to the Youngstown Mob, the Facebook group. It's awesome. It's cool to see. It's cool to see something go from 0 to over 27,000. It seems like in 2 days. I know it's been a little longer than that, but it's just it's an awesome thing.
Well, I want to thank you for having us here.
Yeah.
We appreciate you having us in your place in this fine establishment, and it is a fine establishment. So if you guys want a cigar, make sure you come out and check this place out. I was smoking a Macanudo here. Tell us a little bit about it.
So you're smoking the M by Macanudo. It's it has a Colombian coffee note. I don't know if you could pull that out of that as you're smoking that. It has an Indonesian wrapper around that. The cigar has some Nicaraguan fillers in it, but it's made in the Dominican. All of Macanudo cigars are made in the Dominican. But it's an awesome cigar. We probably have I would say over 200 different cigars in the humidor. We're trying to grow them. We just opened. We opened end of June, but officially we didn't open until August. We had a few issues that we had to tie up before we actually, said we were here. But there's a ton of cigars. I'd love for people to come down, come check them out. We have the boutique cigars in our humidor, and then we also have the staples that everybody knows about. So
I want to thank you guys for having us. It's been an honor for us, and we love to support our local businesses because, local businesses is what makes the community grow. I mean, look at our site. Our site grew because of the local community, right. And you guys are going to grow because of the community.
And that's what we do too. We try to support. There's other local cigar shops that just opened up within the past 3-4 months, and we support all those guys too. It's a small industry, and we have to stick together because there's no one else. So it's we all support each other, and just the way you got to be. There's enough for everybody, if that makes sense. Yeah.
There's enough for everybody to have a little taste, right?
That's it.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks.
We appreciate it, and we look forward to doing this again.
Can't wait for you guys to come out and do it again, and let's grow it a little bit bigger than what it is today. I feel like we had a pretty good turnout here today, so.
I think we can get it bigger, though.
Yeah,
I think
so
we can get it bigger. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So, Youngstown Mob fans, make sure you come down here to Cut and Toast. Got to try one of these Macanudos. They're so good. But stop by, check these guys out. These guys will take care of you. They're like family now, huh? Yeah. So come join us, and thank you for attending today's Youngstown Mob Talk.
All right, everybody, thank you so much again for tuning in to another edition of Youngstown Mob Talk. This was here at Cut and Toast Mob Talk and Cigars. This was a lot of fun. We hope to see you guys February 9th. Like I said, we'll get those tickets on sale. We'll reach out and we'll post everything on our mob group. Join the Youngstown Mob group for all the latest information on Facebook. And subscribe to the channel, guys. That's how you're going to get the latest information on everything. So, let's wrap it up, Jim.
Yeah, I want to thank everybody. I want to thank all the guys here at Cut and Toast, everybody that came out to the show. We have 2 more live shows that are going to be coming up. We do one every month. So next one, I want to see more of you mob associates out here hanging with us and having some good times. We want to thank our sponsors one more time, Pro Team Auto Sales. Hey guys, winter's coming. Go out there and see the boys at Pro Team Auto Sales and pick you up a truck or a 4-wheel drive vehicle. They'll hook you up. And to our friends here at Cut and Toast for hosting this wonderful, wonderful party with all these great people. For Jimmy and Johnny, this has been Youngstown Mob Talk. Take her easy, baby. We'll see you next time.
That was an amazing podcast from an amazing podcast company. For more, subscribe to our channel at youtube.com/amazingpodcastcompany.